On your side at 4. Focused on you.
And we begin at 4 in weather alert, and it is windy. Temperatures have been dropping all afternoon after reaching a high of almost 50 degrees. Time to make a plan to stay safe this weekend as dangerously cold temperatures move into our region. We're talking below zero temperatures early Sunday morning. Good afternoon, I'm Kate Quinn.
I'm Brent Solomon. You can also brace for some heavy winds and a chance for snow showers. Let's get right over to Weather First meteorologist Scott Connell with a closer look.
Well, right now we've seen the temperature drop back into the 20s in the metro area, gusty winds across the region as well. And that is causing its own set of problems. Ameren's reporting about 1,500 customers on both sides of the river without power. Right now you're looking out into St. Charles, Highway 70. There are some flurries here, but the road mainly dry because of the wind. We saw the rain and what little bit of snow we had come to an end, but those winds are still gusting above 40 miles per hour in many cases, 41 officially right now with the wind gust at Lambert, 44 at Smartfield in St. Charles. The highest wind gust we've seen so far is about 45, 46 miles per hour, but those numbers probably go up as we head into the mid-evening hours. Some 50 to 55 mile per hour wind gusts, which means a few more power outages as temperatures drop back into the teens through the evening hours. Right now, 26 degrees in Forest Park, Lake St. Louis down to 22, Edwardsville's 28. It's 10 in Kansas City right now, 16 in Springfield. Your wind chills, they drop below zero pretty quickly west and northwest of St. Louis, and a wind chill advisory goes into effect for the metro area beginning at midnight tomorrow night. Of course, the wind advisory in effect through tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Brett, we'll see you in a few minutes and we'll talk about more of what's on the way for the weekend.
All right, Scott, stay close. Well, as he just mentioned, we're not seeing much snow right now, but those temperatures are dropping. We want to now get a look at the roads. Our Diamond Palmer is in the Weather First Storm Tracker live on eastbound I-44. Diamond, any concerns right now?
Well, Brent, we are eastbound on Interstate 44 going towards St. Louis from Fenton. And the star of the show right now is how cold it is and how strong these wind gusts are. You can practically feel the car shaking as we're driving here along the interstate. And we've seen a few snow flurries this afternoon, but nothing that's sticking to the ground, as you can see. But the Illinois Department of Transportation says they are still prepared, and drivers we talked to are as well.
You can travel through snow, not pretty easily, but you can't plow the ice, so then with all the rain we had, there's no chemical down the roads.
That pavement behind that snowplow is going to be in much better shape than it is in front of it. The chemicals that both sides of the river use actually start reacting with whether it's the moisture or the cold as soon as they hit the pavement.
Now, coming up in the next half hour, we will hear from MoDOT and how they adjusted their plans for the winter weather. Reporting live in St. Louis County, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Diamond. Dropping temperatures can lead to health problems. A doctor from BJC warns about the risk of frostbite and hypothermia in these dangerously low temperatures. Health experts say it's important to bundle up if you have to go outside. Doctors also say it's best to spend as little time outdoors as possible. The extreme winter weather is never ideal for pets, and right now, animal rescue centers are scrambling to bring those without homes to shelter. People have been calling Stray Rescue of St. Louis and dropping off stray animals all week long. That's in addition to the many rescues they've been making on the streets this winter. The vet says it's not a good situation for them to be in.
Some of the most common ones, frostbite, especially when temperatures get below zero. Dogs can get frostbite in just 30 minutes. Low blood sugar, low blood pressure. And another one that people don't often think about is just dehydrations. Their water freezes, so they don't have food and water.
Stray Rescue has taken in 30 pups over the past few days. They're calling on people to foster and adopt pets as soon as possible.
Remember, you can get your updated Weather First forecast on your phone if you text the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Well, as the temperatures drop, the race for the White House continues to heat up. The final weekend of campaigning is underway in Iowa.
That's right, but there are some concerns over whether the weather could impact some of those candidates from getting to the events. NBC's Garrett Hickey reports from Des Moines.
The story once again here in Iowa is in part the weather today, with some campaign events already getting canceled because of the blowing snow we're expected to see across the state. It's the kind of thing that might cut into the momentum of Nikki Haley, who appears to be leading in what's become a battle for second place here in Iowa. That's where all the drama in this race is. We saw her face-to-face with Ron DeSantis earlier in the week, the two continuing to trade barbs on the campaign trail about their records as governor, even one another's basic honesty. But Haley's also making the case that this is about to become a two-person race between her and frontrunner Donald Trump. She is trying to turn the page, and so too is Trump. He's been off the trail in a New York City courtroom, arguing that he's an innocent man, unfairly targeted, he says, by overzealous Democratic prosecutors. It's similar to the message he has given here on the stump in Iowa in the past, and the one he's likely to give at 4 weekend events here just before the caucuses on Monday. That's if he can get back into the state, as the entire state of Iowa faces a blizzard warning for the rest of the day today.
New at 4, Illinois Governor Pritzker is urging Texas Governor Abbott to stop sending migrants to Chicago for the weekend. Pritzker sent the Texas governor a letter slamming Abbott for sending migrants during a severe winter weather outbreak. The Illinois governor says Texas is playing a, quote, political game of exploiting the most vulnerable for the sake of culture wars and talking points. Pritzker states that the letter acknowledging that immigration reform is needed is important. This week, top Democrats also starting to sound alarms about the flow of illegal immigration. On this week's episode of The Record, political editor Mark Maxwell hears from one Democrat calling for action. Senator Dick Durbin says immigration reform is necessary.
The current flow of refugees into the United States is unsustainable. Some days, last few weeks, it's been 11,000 and more. We can have a maximum capacity of 5,000 a day. So the system is broken.
You can hear the rest of that interview and more on this week's episode of The Record. It airs Sunday night after Sports Plus.
And still ahead, Boeing under the microscope, the federal agency that will soon audit its entire airline production operation.
Masterminding the remarriage of their divorced parents. Meet the daughters behind a real-life version of The Parent Trap.